Every creative journey begins with a blank page. Single piece of paper, silent, still, waiting. For some, the blank page represents possibility. For others, pressure, deadlines, doubt, the weight of expectation. For Archie, an architecture student racing against a looming assignment deadline, the page is not silent. His last sheet, determined not to share the fate of the discarded pages before it, comes to life, darting, twisting, refusing to cooperate. It taunts him, evades him, and challenges him to think differently. Today on Behind the Paper, we step into a capstone project that explores the tension between control and spontaneity, and the rediscovery of artistic identity through humor, chaos, and persistence. This is the story behind the film, Behind the Paper. Welcome to Behind the Magic, the official podcast of the Miami Animation and Gaming International Complex at Miami-Dade College, where we explore the stories, ideas, and innovations shaping the future of animation, gaming, and immersive media. I'm your host, Brenna Verner, and today we're joined by Estefania Mora, the director behind the Capstone animated short, Behind the Paper. Developed through a full studio-style production pipeline, this project follows Archie, an architecture student struggling with creative block as his assignment deadline looms. Blending humor, character-driven storytelling, and expressive animation, the film captures the emotional journey from creative stagnation to breakthrough, showing how imagination can turn obstacles into opportunities. In this episode, we'll go behind the scenes of the creative process, explore the challenges of producing a short animated film inside a collaborative pipeline, and discuss how working with industry mentorship prepared these students for professional production environments. Let's begin. Welcome to the podcast, Estefania.
Hello, thank you so much for having me here.
It's an absolute pleasure having you here today. I'd love to ask you, what was the original idea for Behind the Paper? And how did the concept evolve from the first pitch to the final story?
Well, definitely a lot of things have changed from what I envisioned at first. For example, the very first theme, it completely changed. Before it used to be this crazy dramatic thing, and where we have this student that is lacking of sleep, that he has to finish a project for tomorrow, and the project is like straight going into his face, is running away from him. And at the end of the story, he will fall into that frustration and try to destroy the same paper that he has to finish. And that's something that to some people, it gives the interpretation that maybe he's just fighting himself and he's just imagining everything because of the lack of sleep. And that's something that we change now. Everything is more comical, everything is more funny, it's more cartoonish. And that gives the message that instead of fighting the thing that is stressing you out, maybe you can work around it and find a better solution.
Wow, I really love that adaptation you did. And what themes or messages were you hoping the audience would take away from the film?
Well, definitely, I know that my fellow artists are going to feel identified because we touch a little bit on that artist block where no matter how many times he's trying and how many times he is, finding that inspiration that all artists want, it's just not coming along. But hopefully some people in more strict and specific work fields, we can find, related, because it's something that you have to think outside of the box, put a little bit of yourself, and hopefully that can translate to them too.
Oh, it's clearly a film by artists and for artists. You've done a wonderful job of that. And walk us through the production pipeline from storyboarding to current animation. What were some of the major stages?
We definitely put a lot of emphasis on the storyboard and the animatic because we wanted to deliver that idea with as specific and clear as we could, and it had to be funny too. So after we finished everything that it was on the storyboard, we just jumped back to the mocap and start recording with our actor. And it was so funny because the guy had to act like a cartoon character and jump around. So we're just working around animating what he just did and exaggerating as a cartoon.
Wow, the inclusion of the mocap is so interesting, and you certainly did a great job on your storyboard as well. How did you balance storytelling, technical execution, and deadlines throughout this process?
Well, I balance everything with a slice of pizza and a lot of love. But being honest, When I enrolled in this project, I knew that I had to make some sacrifices. And so now I'm stopped doing things like more of a personal thing, like personal projects, playing video games, or just sitting on the couch, doing anything. And now I'm spending that time thinking, I could use this moment to maybe make the schedule or just fix this scene. And that's something that we're just playing around. Anything that we have to make, we just find somebody that is available and set him to do it.
Wow. Well, your dedication is clear, and certainly all of those sacrifices are going to really pay off. And now your mentor for this project is Chris Bailey, an accomplished animator and director with extensive experience in the animation industry, having worked with major studios, including Nickelodeon, Disney, and Warner Brothers. He's known for his experience in character performance, visual storytelling, timing, and staging. His work reflects a strong balance between technical precision and emotional clarity. What was it like working with an industry mentor like Chris Bailey? And how did his feedback influence the direction of your project?
Well, it was definitely really stressful, but at the same time, one of the things that could have happened because he is an industry master. He knows what he's doing. He has that really trained eye. So when he advised you, hey, I think that you should change this, it's because there's a reason. So the stressful part, it was to keep up with that expectation on something that he's used to seeing at that industry level. And we have to figure out a way how to make that happen. But that was a good thing. That was like exactly what we needed because now we just go beyond or our boundaries or no boundaries or limitations.
Yes.
And after we overcome that, the project is looking way better. All the corrections that he gave us were for a reason and they were clear. And that's something that working with him was like been fantastic.
I think that's so wonderful how receptive you've been to this industry legend, and certainly you're a legend in the making yourself, Estefania. And can you share with us a specific moment where his critique significantly improved the film?
Well, as I mentioned, we were going to kill the paper, and he was like, maybe we can find a better way because he questioned me, why would you want to do it? So he helped us a lot on figure out the theme, how to make everything clear and comedic, and if we were going to change the ending with the paper, what can we use instead? And he helped us a lot on that stage and having those final funny gags.
Wow, I'm so happy he challenged you to help you unlock the true potential of your project. And how did the mentorship experience compare to working only within a classroom environment?
First of all, when you're in a classroom, it's not only you, it's you and a bunch of classmates that are there for the same reason. So the professor is going to help everybody. So second of it, the professor is going to give you all the tools, everything that you need. Is going to teach you how to do this, how to do that. But the mentor is going to look at what you're doing and he's going to advise you. He's going to guide you on the right direction. In my experience, I will do something, show it to Mr. Bailey, like really proud, this is what I did. He'll be like, it's good, but you can do this instead, or you can maybe change this. And I will go run into my professor Kevin and be like, how can I do this? And he will give me like different options and teach me how to do it. So I think that the professor is going to give you all the tools that you need, while the mentor is going to give you like the perspective on how to make it as good as possible.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad you have that direction from both sides of the aisle. And how was the production team structured, and what roles did each of you take on?
As far as I know, I think that my group is one of the smallest one. We're working around 17, 18 people. And that means that everybody is sharing roles. We have some people that they sign up for storyboard and now they're doing the lighting. And we have people that they say, oh, I just want to do some, really regular models. And now they're doing the 2D backgrounds. And everybody has been doing everything. Everybody has put their whole effort on making the project look good, and it's paying off. We have people that they're just doing different roles at the same time, and that's how we have been managing everything.
Wow, well, you're a very inspiring leader, and it's great that you have all hands on deck, and you guys look great wearing all those hats for sure. Do you think that the Capstone project and the production process you and your team are going through will prepare you for working in the professional animation or game studio in the future?
As I mentioned, everybody has been getting out of their comfort zones. Everybody has been going outside of their limitations. I cannot speak for all of them, but at least for me, my perspective, I think that I'm way prepared to how to jump in an industry. I have had to go everything that is 2D, everything in 3D. I have to switch, and that has made me realize some of the flaws that I have and some of my strengths, and that's been like a wonderful.
Wow, you've really grown over this academic year. I'm very proud of you. And what new skills, technical or creative, did you develop while producing the film?
Well, honestly, when I start doing this, when they told me, "Hey, you won as a Capstone director," I started having that syndrome feeling of imposter, and I feel like I was not good enough. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm not ready at all to do this." And why did I stand up in the first place? It was a mistake, and since I had so many people that were switching roles, they were doing many stuff, I had to be able to do the same thing. Some of them have problems, and I had to be able to jump in and help them or know what's going on to translate that to the mentor and the professor. And that's something that has given me, like, I feel those leadership skills, those managing problems. I turn myself into Archie. I have had to find new solutions on the problems that I have seen.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Just like Archie, you dived right in and started doing it with flying colors. It's absolutely amazing. So far, what part of the film are you most proud of?
I don't have a specific part because everything has put so much effort. Everything that is in 2D, all the expressions, all the animations, the actor, everything has put so much love and so much time that I can. If I will say, "Oh, is it specifically this?" That will be unfair.
I totally understand. The entirety of your project is absolutely amazing. So why pick a favorite part? It's all a favorite.
We're putting all of our all of that we have in the project, so all of that is already something to be proud of.
Absolutely, every single facet. And what advice would you give future magic students preparing to produce their own capstone animated film?
Well, as I say, I thought I was not going to win because I didn't feel really prepared, but I know, and that's something that I know for a fact in the future. I'm going to look at my capstone and I'm going to be like, oh my God, I could have done this better. I could have changed this. I could maybe guide my people better. But I know too that I put everything that I could, and if I put all my effort and it's coming this way, it's because it had to be that way. Some of the for students, maybe they're not going to be picked, but if you put all your love, all your effort, and you grow with that, it means something. It's going to pay off, even though if you manage to succeed in this capstone, or you're going to manage to succeed in something else.
Wow, your leadership qualities are certainly evident, Estefania, and I'm very amazed by everything you've shared today. Thank you so much for being part of our podcast.
Thank you for you to inviting me here.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for sharing your experience as a creative leader on this capstone project while attending the Magic program. I cannot wait to see the film finalized at the Magic premiere.